don't sit on your legs, because if you do, you get pins and needles, as I know. And pins and needles aren't nice. Right, so the whole thing about there's always someone worse off than you is sort of it's got more of a story than most of the others, in that you see recently I've been going through a bit of a slightly depressed stage and slightly not so good stage health wise, and as a result I've been thinking that I'm so badly off, as most teenagers do, but I know quite a lot of people who are much worse off than me, and that I know a lot of people who are very, very ill at the moment, and the other day I suddenly realised there's absolutely nothing wrong with me. I may be having up to 90 fits a day, and I may not be getting any sleep, but I mean, look at these certain people. I'm not going to name any names, but I know lots of people who are at potential death right now. You know, some extremely close to me. And they know who they are. They probably won't ever watch this, as most of them are adults, and this is sort of a kids thing from my school, one of the main people, but you know, just remember that if you ever feel down, remember there are other people, not even those like in Africa in poverty and all that, people down your road, people you know who are way more worse and bad than you. Okay? Something you must remember. Oh yeah, the next one, this one about presents. Yes, that's a bit lots of people can disagree with me. Most people think that the best thing is ripping it apart, but when it's not wrapped up, the best thing, see, I'm talking about presents that you wait for months, right? And I was thinking of this because I suddenly started thinking about my quilt and how I wish my grandma was in the process of making me another one, because I love, like, you know, it's that whole thing about not knowing. And you sort of nag them, oh, hurry up, make it for me, oh, I really want it. And then it arrives, and you can't nag for it anymore. And there's not that excitement, that unknown, that's that adrenaline rushing through your body thinking, oh my god, when is it going to come, when is it going to come? You know, it's the whole thing about, you know, you get excited about exam results because you don't know what they're going to be. You don't know how good you've done, how bad you've done. And it's just sort of that rush that is good and you enjoy and that you want. So yeah. Right, one of the most important things for the majority who watch this, and for me right now, is about assessments and work not leaving till last minute. I am one of the biggest culprits of leaving my homework till last minute. It often means that I don't give it in. In fact, I cannot remember a single French piece of homework I've given in on time. Not a single one. And I'm right now trying to learn my French assessment for tomorrow, my oral, and I cannot do it. Yeah, because I left it too late. The thing about having someone to trust is, because I actually find it quite hard to trust anyone, especially myself. And I think you always need someone who you can just turn to, because, as mentioned later, you never know what's going to happen. You know, I've been getting some really shocking news lately about certain people I mentioned earlier, and there's always like, I'm the kind of person that needs to be able to talk about things, and that sort of comes up in the next thing as well. And I think, even though you may not trust anyone, deep down you do. You don't think you do, but you do, and the more you think about it, the more you realise, you know, if I can go up and tell them anything, I can trust them. If I know they're not going to spread it, I can trust them. And, you know, you need that for many reasons. Not just, you know, if there's something that's bothering you, but you don't feel you can tell your parents, you need a best friend you can tell. You know, I mean, I trust a lot of the teachers in my school. I'm quite close to certain teachers, and I spend a lot of time chatting to them. And, you know, certain moments, like certain times when I'm chatting, you know, I tell them things that I can't tell my parents. And I sound really weird, aren't I? I chat to teachers. I'm going to switch off before I go on about inappropriate things. Yes, so now it's about holding things inside. Don't hold emotions inside. If you hold emotions inside, you'll go like this, and all these emotions will totally explode. It'll be like the Big Bang 3, because Big Bang 2's already happened in Doctor Who, so you can't be Big Bang 2, but you can be Big Bang 3. Sorry, yes, going off. But just don't hold things inside, because if you do, it will just build up, and as I said, you'll explode. And it happens to me a lot. I mean, I don't anymore. I'm one of the people that, as I said, has to be able to tell people what goes on and how they're feeling. But in the past, I've struggled because I've held things up. Okay, so to subscribe to my videos is just that, really. Do it, please, for yourself, not just for me. And then the whole thing about the next one was, always be happy. Because I try to be happy because I know that if I'm happy, other people will be happy, and I like seeing other people happy, and then that makes me happy. It sort of works in cycles. So I realise that if I'm not, I end up having more seizures. So, I'm trying to get the count down, to get pills down, and get a driving licence. Something that's bothering me. That should go on it. Don't talk about driving when you're around me. Yeah. Don't. And so I think, you've got to always regret it if you don't. You regret everything you do. Even the most amazing things you will regret, because there's always two sides to everything.
Like, this is something that I don't really regret, but I remember, well, actually I do for some insane reasons, but, when I was 5 years old, the day my sister was born was the day I started drama. It was an Easter course thing. My mum asked, do you want to come see Amelia, or do you want to go to drama? I said, I'll go to drama, because I can only do that once, but I can always see Amelia. And it's kind of decisions like that. You either go and meet the baby, or you go and do your drama course. And I loved it. I loved drama. It was one of the greatest things. I still remember, even when I was 5. And it's that kind of thing, like, admittedly, yeah, I didn't go, so my other sister ended up hypnotising her. But, yeah, not quite sure how that linked in. Aim low, and then you won't get disappointed. Yes, this is something that I try to do, because I know my parents seem to want me to aim for A stars and everything in all my GCSEs. And I know that it's unlikely that I'll get them, because only the top 2% of the country or whatever gets them. And I know that if I were to aim high, because I have a habit of set myself challenges and aiming really high. If I were to do that, I wouldn't get it, and I'd get really disappointed and really depressed. The last time I didn't get what I wanted to get in exams, I ended up spending the day trying to work out the easiest way to kill myself. Right? So I tried to aim low, and I was talking to this, again, a sort of a teacher in LSA, and she said that her motto in life is aim low and you can never get disappointed, and I agree with that. Yeah, you should aim. People say you should aim high because then you work hard and you get those high results, but you might not as well. So yeah.
And then that's exactly what we'll do. Susanna, you're not getting those items. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Because they're sending the same items for some reason. But then they said we can return those items, and they'll give us our money back, and we can reorder with all the vouchers. And so it will come to, so then we can just get all those items, okay?
Okay.
Much love. Okay, what if we could just need to check something? If you want a wedding cake, then boom. That's exactly what we'll like.
Where's that from?
It's school play.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
If you want a chocolate cake.
That was my sister, and I thought not only would it annoy her if I put her on this, but
my pyjamas. Just cut this bit out if you want.
No, it actually fits in with what I'm making. See? Because why don't you go then?
Shut up, you bitch. Hi.
Because the next bit was about not letting anybody get you down, and she's one of the most people that gets me down the most. There are certain things that click everyone, and a lot of things switch me off or on at the moment, and my sisters are one of them. And try not to react, because then they know what makes you, and then they do it even more, and it's kind of, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for that reaction. I've learned that now, and I've become an amazing ignorer, but for some reason not to my sisters. And I think you've just got to, you've got to get used to it. No, don't get used to bullying. Actually, don't. That's a bad thing. I've got used to bullying. I don't even notice it anymore because I'm just bullied so much. And that's something that worries pretty much everyone I tell. So, but just try not to let anyone get you down.
Right, the repeating and going on kind of link, because the thing is, I have a habit of repeating myself and then going on and on about that same thing over and over again, and that really bores people. Don't know why I do it. Well, actually I do, but no one else really knows, kind of thing. Sorry, gonna, yeah, this sounds odd, but just try not to repeat yourself, people, and try not to go on too much. My dad does it, and every time he starts a story, we just want to punch him in the face because we know he's going to start on this whole thing about when he was young, and his dad's doing. It's just really not very good. So the follow your dreams thing is that you never know what might happen. The thing was, that kind of meant two things, because you never know what might happen if you follow your dreams, so you never know what might happen if you don't. That was one of the things. And also, it's like you never know, something really bad could happen, and then you will never be able to fulfill those, and that is something that is the worst thing to happen. And I said that because there are, as I said, lots of people that I know have suddenly become quite ill recently, and although they've all really enjoyed their lives, I know that if that would suddenly happen to me, I would regret it more than anything. I would really, I would think, oh, but I didn't do this, oh, but I didn't do that, oh, I wish I'd worked harder, oh my god. And so I'm just telling you, guys, do whatever you want, do, not whatever you want, because lots of people just want to sit and do nothing, but try to make the most of your life. Right, and a lot of these things I've just told you will help you do that, so, just go for it. Oh, and the don't get freaked out bit was because I thought I sounded a bit scary. No, really, you don't. I know, I am terrified of everything. I actually watched a murder mystery the other day, and now I can hardly sit in my own bedroom without thinking someone's about to murder me, so don't watch murder mysteries. Okay, anyway, yeah, thanks, that's all it. Goodbye. Yeah, that was a bit of a horror ending. Goodbye, and thank you for watching today's bloggy thingy. I love you.